Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm loud and audible to you guys. Greetings to all of you. Thank you for joining in and taking time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this discussion. We will be talking about chatbots and how chatbots can help achieve business KPIs. Chatbots have been an important part of the digital adoption journey, and no one thought that they would be so much of importance in the post COVID scenario. They have moved from a nice to have technology to a must have technology today. We CMS IT team and Senseforth want to touch upon the potential power of this conversational chatbot and how it can help us achieve the business KPIs. Few details about the speakers here. My Abhijit is my colleague from Senseforth. He is the director sales and is based out of Bangalore. He will take us through the core solution and the base of the solution of the chatbot. He will also do a live demonstration of the platform and showcase how the platform is benefiting to multiple customers around the globe. Senseforth, as its name suggests, uses AI as the bedrock of their solutions. They specialize in conversational AI chatbots across various verticals. Myself, Kunal Bhatt, I lead the automation practice at CMS IT and am based out of Mumbai. CMS IT, as you all know, has been a pioneer in offering cost-effective cutting-edge solutions for infrastructure support. Yeah, Abhijit, next slide, please. Uh, few pointers, the topics that we'll be covering across. Abhijit, we'll move to the next slide. Just to give some understanding about the two organizations, what CMS IT and Senseforth is offering to you. Abhijit, we'll move to the next slide, please. CMS IT is a 4+ old decade company in India and has been serving the Indian subcontinent for IT support and projects around IT across various business verticals. Today, CMS IT has specialized into services around domains for digital adoption, cybersecurity, and multiple other activities. We are a 300 plus customer base spread across 220 locations in India and with a employee base of 6,500 plus. The key focuses that today CMS is doing is on robotic process automation, data center security automations, workplace automation, and digital experience for employees. Yeah, Abhijit, we'll move to the next slide, please. CMS IT and Senseforth have been jointly working together since almost a half of a decade, and there have been many success stories for automating IT support services with help of the bot. In June 2020, we announced our collaboration and we are foraying into the digital environment support and transforming customers' IT support as well as business support across. Yeah, Abhijit will move to the next slide. And as for coming to today's topic, how are we able to manage business KPIs? The business KPIs of the new normal in the world. Yeah, Abhijit, we will continue. Move to the next slide. Today's most challenging scenario is to ensure that the business is up and running. Organizations are adopting new methodologies, are revisiting their KPIs to keep themselves relevant into the market. The innovative ways are being adopted to deliver services, products, and develop business, or to run operations and manage the businesses. That too has to happen with the available resources and to adopt the new age technologies. To showcase what is one of the technologies, there are many other technologies that are being adopted, but we'll showcase how bot can work across to the new normal and to achieve business KPI support. Abhijit, we'll move to the next slide. The concept that we want to drive across is smarter, faster, and more responsible AI. Referring to this terminology, I would just take a reference of Gartner's chart, which Gartner had published in the year 2017, which you can see on the screen across. Here, the focus was given on to four pillars of the services for the digital business KPIs and optimizing the business models. For customer experience and services, it was more on customer interactions and customer services. Now, these are the two parallel pillars that a bot can easily address through. And that is what it has been showcased. If a chatbot is adopted, what are the benefits that can come across? What are the point of satisfaction that would come across? When it comes to sales and marketing, more digital sales. And we have seen this in last 6 to 8 months, how much importance the sales and marketing is being taken across when it is coming to the digital platform. How can that be helpful across using a bot? That is the message that we will want to you to think across while we do this demonstration and presentation. On the operations front, how better can we digitalize the operations? How can we have a zero touch support? How can we have more better digital supply chain support? And while all this happens, at the end of the day, there is a workplace. The human resource will be working on some of the IT technology, IT support technology. How do we ensure that that workplace also gets digital support so that he can support the other three and many more such verticals across that we are discussing? So the chatbot becomes the first step for the digital transformation, and it helps you to achieve the contactless support mechanism, have a digital response mechanism to all your customer, external customer as well as internal customers, so to say. Abhi, could you move on the next slide? This is a small real life scenario that we have taken across from our customers, and you can see here we have taken of two customers, how we have seen they get adopting the digital channel and the benefit that they've reaped with help of the chatbot being adopted. And these are few early adopters. You look from Jan to June, the kind of migration that has happened from a 2.8 million transactions to 5.3, almost double of the transaction that a customer is handling, from a 2.3 to 4.2, nearing almost double. The whole idea to showcase this is how the benefits have been taken by people who have adopted this technology early, and to showcase this, how the technology works, what is the platform, and what benefits can we reap through the platform. I will welcome Abhijit. He will showcase us the platform and also show you the business outcomes that we can achieve through that. Thank you, Abhijit. Over to you.
Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abhijit, and I'm the Director Sales for Senseforth, and I welcome all of you once again. As Kunal rightly pointed out, the world has seen a lot of changes in last 6 to 8 months. There are several disruptive technologies replacing the earlier norms, and one such technology is AI-powered conversational platforms. Talking of conversational platforms, Senseforth is a conversational platform company. Our platform is used to build customer-facing bots as well as employee-facing bots. Now, when we talk of chatbots helping us with our KPIs, there are some basic requirements that these bots should fulfill other than having powerful, matured NLP engine. Some of these requirements are omni-channel capabilities, multilingual capabilities, uh, some simplicity or ease of integrating this platform with other backend platform, and obviously the security of data, what will be flowing through to and fro from this platform. So these are certain things that any conversational platform should possess when we are talking about conversational platform helping us with KPIs. Now let's see how Senseforth fares on these requirements. Our platform has processed over 1 billion queries, and we have more than 100 deployments. And when I say more than 100 deployments, I am talking about bots that are conversing with millions of users simultaneously. I am talking about bots that are integrated with multiple backend systems. I'm talking about a bot that are basically authenticating these users, fetching data from the backend system, analyzing these data, and then responding to the end users. So that's the kind of complex scenarios these bots are working today. And we have over 96% accuracy across the platform, and we use various techniques for measuring this accuracy. We also participate in various global benchmarkings. SQUAD 2.0 is one of the most reputed NLP ML benchmarking conducted by Stanford University, and we are consistently top 10 in this ranking. It is also important to mention here that Senseforth is the only product company to feature in this SQUAD 2.0. We are also Gartner School Vendor 2020. Now, these in itself are testimony to our conversational platform capability, how robust, how mature this platform capability is. Moving ahead on capabilities, our platform is omni-channel. We can integrate our platform with text channels like Facebook Messenger, Twitter, WhatsApp, any internal collaboration platform or tool like Microsoft Team or Google Meet or Slack or any other collaboration tool. We can even integrate our chatbot with voice channels like Alexa, Google Assistant. We can also integrate this platform with multiple backend systems like CRMs or ticketing tools or any other backend system, because none of these bots can work in silos. So it is important that this platform has that capability and flexibility to get integrated with the backend system as well as any of the channels that the user wants to use. Our platform is multilingual again. We have implemented bots in various Indian and foreign languages. Now, on this note, let's see how these bots can impact our KPIs. Let's pick up a few functions and look into their KPIs. To start with sales and marketing, obviously, revenue, it's a department, it's an org which is driven by revenue. So revenue growth would be one of the primary KPIs for them. Similarly, improvement in cross-sell, upsell, reduction in customer acquisition costs. These must be the most prominent KPIs for marketing and sales. Similarly, if we take support functions, it would be customer retention, customer support across the channels, improvement in customer loyalty, customer satisfaction. This would be primary KPIs that we can think of under the support stream. There are other functionalities and functions as well. HR is one of them. For HR, it can be motivated workplace, culture of innovation, effective communication within the organization. So these are some of the KPIs that different departments, different orgs within an organization would be having. Now let's see in real world how these bots can achieve these KPIs. So now let me move on to some of the demonstrations. I will show you some of the bots in action, and then we will get back to the presentation. Since we talked about sales and marketing first, so let me start with that. Now, I'm sure you are able to see the screen, the website of SBI Card. Now, SBI Card is one of our clients, and this is what we have done for SBI Card. It's called ELA. Now, this bot initially was built for customer support, and later on, based on the success of this bot, they also felt that it would be good channel for revenue generation. And today, this bot is generating lead, generating revenue for SBI Card. We will talk in details about these use cases in the subsequent slides. But let me show you how this bot is generating leads. So if I say, credit card. A simple query, I want a credit card. Now, the moment I start typing, the bot is also giving me all these suggestive queries. I can either select one of them if it is matching, or I can go ahead with my own query. And immediately the bot gives me all the credit cards that I can opt for. However, if I have a very specific requirement, for example, if I say, show me cards for travel. Now, if you notice here, what the bot is doing is pulling out only the cards that would be helpful for travel. So this is where the NLP engine comes into picture, wherein it can understand the requirement of the user and it can help the user in fulfilling the requirement. Now I can go ahead, I can apply for this credit card. The bot is asking whether I'm an existing user or a new user. I'm saying, no, I'm not an existing user, and it asks me to fill in the details. The moment I fill in the details, this entire information goes into their CRM, and they can track this application. So that's how the lead generation takes place today with SBI Card. Similarly, these bots can also be used to complete a sale. It's not just a lead generation where the bots can stop. Let me also show you some of the other use cases wherein the bot basically is helping me as a product advisory. It helps me. So if I say suggest a credit card, I do not give any details. I'm asking the bot to help me with a credit card. Oh, okay, 1 second. I was using this, I believe. Suggest me a credit card. Now, since I did not give any details here, and I'm asking the bot to help me out with a credit card, the bot starts like a regular banker, like an advisor. It is asking me to select whether I'm salaried or self-employed. I go ahead with salaried. My annual income. So let me just give an annual income. And once the bot knows about my annual income, now it wants to know what will be my what is the requirement for my card. What would be what for what I would be using this card. So let me say travel, lifestyle, and submit. Now, the moment the bot gets all these data, now based on my requirement, it is suggesting me the cards, whatever is available. Now, if you notice, it is giving me a small description, and it is giving me the next best action wherein I can straightway go apply my card. But since there are multiple options here, it is also giving me an option to compare. Now, if I want to compare the cards, the bot is helping me in comparing the card, and if you notice the way it is comparing, it is not just throwing all the information on my face. It is giving me a complete comparison wherein it is telling me what is the yearly cashback I would be getting under each card, or if I want to know cashback online spend under different headers, it is giving me these comparisons. Now I can straight away go here and apply for the card once I make my decision. And now it is giving me a complete summary that I'm salaried, my annual salary, and once I confirm this, it's asking me for my name, contact number, email ID. Now, I have given all the details. The bot has told me what card, I've told the bot what card I want, but here the bot is not stopping at that. What it is telling me is that I have an upgrade based on the details that I have given. The bot is trying to now upsell the product. It says that I have an upgrade as well. If I want, I can do this upgrade. If I say yes, let's see what happens then. Now the bot is asking me to submit my documents. So even this kind of submission of documents, downloading of documents, uploading of documents can be done here. So it's asking for the ID proof. Let me submit my ID proof. Address proof. Income proof. I submitted all the required documents. KYC is done. And now the bot says that I have already applied for the card. And now it goes again a step ahead. And now it's trying to cross sell its insurance to me. If I'm interested, I can basically opt for it, or else loan, sorry, or else I can just say no. So if you notice here, what the bot is capable, whatever we showed as of now is basically one, a lead generation capability, two, a complete product advisory, product sales capability on the chatbot itself. We did not move anywhere outside the bot framework. We were completely within that, and the bot helped me in identifying the product and also applying for the product completely. So similarly, we have bots for HDFC Bank as well. And as I mentioned earlier, that it is important that these bots are just, it's not that the NLP engine which is important. Equally important are other functionalities like can we provide multilingual capability? Yes, we can provide multilingual capability. Home loan interest rate क्या है? And the bot tells me that as well. If I am not interested to type, if I want to just ask the question, I can do that as well. So I can use, I can basically access this chatbot on Facebook Messenger. I can access this chatbot on WhatsApp, on Google Assistant, on Alexa, other voice channels. So all that is possible on this platform, and all of them are directed towards customer satisfaction. All of them are directed towards sales revenue growth. Uh, Now, these were basically various examples wherein the bot is helping sales and marketing team. Now, let me also move on to some of the internal use cases. Let me start with HR functionality. So this is a demo of the HR bot. Now, when we talk of HR bot or HR KPIs, uh, KPIs obviously would be to help the employees within that organization understand the company policies better, to help employees with different functionalities. The functionalities can be as simple as maybe applying for leave. It can be complex as maybe knowing or applying for medical insurances. It can be knowing my salary. It can be knowing about the tax deduction. Anything. All this can be a part of the HR. Because so let's see how this bot can help me out on this. So if I'm talking of any company policy related query like, can I take my spouse on an official travel? And immediately the bot gives me the answer, and it is coming from the company policy. Basically, whatever the policy is, the bot lets me know that this is the policy, I will have to abide by it. Now, the second kind of queries these HR bot might have would be related to my login, my own login, which can be like, I want to apply leave. And immediately the bot gives me the leave options that are available. Since I did not mention that, I take one of them. It asks me for the start date. I can either give a date, or I can just say maybe next Tuesday. End date next Friday. And since I have already applied for this leave, the bot is coming back and telling me that I have already applied for this. I cannot apply it again. It is pending for approval. So this is the way these bots work. And immediately my boss will get an notification saying that I have applied for leave, and he or she can basically approve, disapprove the leave on the bot itself. Similarly, as an HR organization, there are capabilities wherein you can reach out to the employees. This is a same HR bot, but this is a dashboard for the HR org, wherein HR can reach out to the employees. It can send notifications to the employees. It can conduct polls. It can conduct surveys. If you are sending a notification to employee, the notification can be in form of videos, audios, text, pictures. The notification can be sent to an individual. It can be sent to a group of employees, to the entire organization. So it is completely flexible and up to you how you want to use this bot. The other functionality can be the internal functionality or internal usage would be for IT support, wherein instead of reaching out to IT help desk, we use these bots. We can use these bots for simple things like maybe I want to change my password. I say yes, I want to proceed. It is asking me to fill in my old password. I say I give my old password, I give my new password, I reconfirm my new password, and I submit, and my password gets changed. Or it can be something very critical, something like my Outlook is slow. And the bot basically tells me to click here. And the moment I do that, an exe file will be downloaded into the system. The file will not just try to understand the problem that I'm having with my Outlook. It will also try to troubleshoot my Outlook. But let us assume that it is not able to troubleshoot the problem. What happens then? It is asking me whether the problem was resolved. I say no, it wasn't. And immediately the bot says that should it create a ticket? I say yes, and the bot creates a ticket for me. This request goes to the L2 support, and they can in turn reach out to me and resolve my issues. So it's not just that the bot will try and resolve the issue. In case it is failing somewhere, there are other fallback mechanisms as well. I will talk about them in details in subsequent slides. Similarly, as I mentioned earlier, that all our chatbot, all our the entire platform is omni-channel. So if you want these bots to be integrated with your team, we can do that. It's the same IT bot, but integrated on Microsoft Team. So we can use all these things to help out with your KPIs, basically. So now let me come back to the presentation. Okay. So now we know these bots work and help us in basically revenue generation, customer satisfaction, reduction in operation cost. But what if the bot is not able to answer a query? What if questions are asked beyond the scope of the bot? So what happens to the customer satisfaction in such scenarios? What happens to the fulfillment of the user requirement, and what happens to our KPIs? In these scenarios, the bot goes into a fallback mechanism, a fallback mode, and there can be several fallback modes, right from raising service ticket, which I just showed in case of an IT support bot. It can be a call to action wherein we connect them to a call center, or it can be a hybrid bot as well. Talking about hybrid bots are basically built to bring the best of the two worlds. Here we are talking about humans interacting with bots, and bots, and wherever required, can again pull in human support here. So this is a three-way communication between a human chatbot and a human intervention as and when required. So we are talking about an AI and human working collaboratively here. Uh, Now, there can be a question as to what's the difference between this hybrid bot and any other live chat agents that are available in the market. So our hybrid platform is not like any other chat agent platform. And the reason why I'm saying it is because here we are providing a seamless transfer of conversation between a bot to a human agent, and also transfer of conversation between a human to human agent. So in case the conversation is passed on to a human agent and the agent needs further assistance, the human agent can further transfer the query to someone else. We are also here talking about the bot intelligently understanding the context of the conversation and then passing on the conversation to a correct SME. So if there are different categories built and there are different SMEs at the back end, the bot can channelize these conversations to the correct SME. Even that can be done. And we can also integrate our hybrid platform with any of the knowledge bases that you have. So that in case that conversation is passed on to an agent and the agent also needs some kind of assistance, the agent can use the same platform to pull out some information, some data from a database, look into those information and answer the queries. So all these can be done on this hybrid platform. Now, let me also show you the hybrid bot in action, and then we proceed further. So this is a demo of a bot, of a chat bot. And this is the agent interface that I'm talking about. So let me just log into the agent interface. If you notice here, as an agent, there are three basically headers that I get. One is my chat, which is empty because I don't have any live chat right now going on. The other one is my queue, wherein once the bot passes on a conversation, it will go into my queue, but as of now it is empty. And obviously the bot chats, whatever chats are happening, I can view those chats as well. So let me now show you how this works. So I can ask something like, I want to book an appointment. And it is asking me for some details. Now, instead of giving the details, if I start typing something garbage, the bot is asking me, should it basically connect me to a human agent? Now, as a human agent, I am able to see what's happening here. I can see that there was a question asked. I have the complete understanding of the entire conversation. I can see what details the bot had asked. I can see what was the response, and I can see at what point the bot has trying to transfer this call. Now, as a user, if I say yes, it's asking me for my name, email address, phone number. The moment I provide that, it's waiting for the agent to take it up. And now if you see, the conversation has moved from bot chat to my queue. Now I can see there is Abhijit or someone by the name Abhi who is waiting for me to take up the conversation. I can take this conversation. My chat is still empty. There's nothing in my chat as of now. I say start conversation, and this conversation moves into my conversation. Now I can have this conversation going with him. Hi, how can I help you? And if I come here, I see the conversation has come here. How can I help you? Now, if I say I want info on car insurance, maybe. Now I can see I've been asked to give some information on car insurance. Now let me assume that I am not well equipped to provide this information. One, I can use a knowledge bot wherein I can ask information related to car insurance. I can do that. Or else if there are some SMEs who can take this information, I can even transfer this chat. I can transfer this chat to the SME who will be responsible for car insurance. So that's how this entire ecosystem works, bringing together the power of artificial intelligence as well as human intelligence. And that's what we were referring to here when we said basically hybrid bot helping it's bringing the two worlds together and helping you with your KPIs. So now with these kind of hybrid bots, basically the platform easily improve uh, it can improve the efficiency, the way the agents work today under customer service. And obviously these are some of the use cases that are being used in different scenarios by different organizations, different departments, different roles to improve their KPIs, and especially during these COVID times, wherein we understand that people are scared to go out, people are scared to visit physical motor brake offices, and they are more and more comfortable in using these kind of online channels. So I mean, there are several success stories as well to prove our narrative, and I will request at this point in time Kunal to take up and walk all of you through some of these success stories. Kunal, over to you.
Sure. Thank you, Abhijit. That was really brilliant. I'm sure the guest would have lot of thread of thoughts moving on how they can use this platform and technology, and how this technology can be useful for them in their business, in their operations, and upscaling their businesses across. And just to prove the whole stories across, we will move to these success stories. Abhijit, you can move to the next slide, please. And while Abhijit showcased you the demonstration of a large bank and he gave you the understanding how it works, here we are referring to the large private bank, where the bot is trained for almost 8,000 plus unique questions to be answered. While when we say unique question, they could have their own variations and their own versions of it. So it can go threefold, fourfold of the count of the unique questions. The bot is addressing almost 6 million queries a month, handling uh, 95% of accuracy, and reducing the workload of 550 agents. So you can understand the amount of automation that has happened, the amount of work that has helped the agents to do better activities. And as Abhijit showcased, it is omni-channel. The website, the mobile app looks and feels the same. It is integrated with the voice assistant. It is integrated on the WhatsApp platform and currently supports English and Hindi language. We are working on many other Indian languages to be supported, and very soon that will be coming in. Apart from that, the few benefits that the customer got is the bot became their first line of contact for the customers. So lot of footfalls coming across for just general inquiry in the branch, or telecalls coming onto the help desk line or the toll free line got reduced. And this is like 24/7 available uniform response, which gave the bank a lot of tangible benefits since the year they have deployed. It is almost 3+ years that this bot is live and kicking, and it is working great out there. And you have seen the experience, you can still look at the other experiences. So we'll move to the next one. On the large credit card company, similar case study that you have seen, 5,000 plus unique questions, 5.2 million queries being handled monthly, integrated with CRM and multiple databases so that the conversion and the queries that come across can be managed. The inquiries that come across can be used as a conversion ratio. Accuracies of 97%. And look at the revenue that this generates is phenomenal. $5,000, $50,000 each day of revenue getting generated, 7,000 plus unique leads getting generated each day. And over a period of you know a short while of that deployment, they've got almost 20 million leads getting generated across, and that is increasing day by day. So that is the kind of benefit that it comes when it is marketing and other solutions. Now, while we spoke of these two case studies, which are focusing on the larger customers based the outside world, we have deployed the similar chatbot solution in a pharma company or for IT support. And while this is for their internal employees, for them to get support on IT and other operations, we have 300 plus unique intents created, manages 2 lakh plus queries a month with an accuracy of 95% and integrated with ITSM tool for auto ticketing, for getting the user data. The benefit that on an IT service front, first was that 90% of reduction in the wrong allocation of incidents, 57% of human intervention reduced, and 50% plus increase in their FCR, the first call resolutions across. That is going to value add into the customer experience, into the employee experience. Yeah, Abhijit, we'll move to the next slide. Similarly, we did a deployment for a large telecom company where the chatbot is implemented to support their employees for IT support. The telecom company is spread across India. We have 1500 plus unique intents developed, which is managing almost 30 million plus conversations each month from 25,000 users with an accuracy of around 90%. Again, integrated with ITSM tool, it has a speech to text conversion, it has the attachments to be uploaded as an option, which then gets processed across for different background applications across. The benefit that they saw, 74% reduction in overall service desk ticket volume, 44% reduction in the voice channel or the telephony channel being used, 54% reduction in self-service tickets that people were creating. With all this, the abandonment rate is less than 0.5. This all reduction of the service desk response has resulted into reducing the manpower and increasing the cost saving for the organization. Yeah, Vijit, we'll move to the next one. Across industry, when we see our benchmarks of the bot and how the bot has been a catalyst of growth, average it is 30% reduction in an inbound call to a 25% decrease in average handling times, 65% reduction in the turnaround times, 30% reduction in support cost, 15% more qualified leads getting generated, and at the end of the day, what you get as best part is happy customers, 100% happy customers at your desk. So our contact details, what you have across here, and we'll leave the floor open for questions. Abhijit, you can just move to the next slide, and we'll leave the floor open to the questions across. We will leave this slide open for you to read and absorb, and maybe I think Tom, you can open up the chat for us to respond to the questions if there are any, or we can take questions from the team around.
Yeah, how long does it take to configure a bot initially, like when you want to use for a specific use case?
Okay. Hi, this is Abhijit. So let me take that question. Now, configuration of these bots would completely depend upon the use cases. However, we have a different kind of approach for bot building, wherein since we are working with various organizations today, we have an experience of building different kinds of bot for different use cases, different domains. What we have done is we have built something called as AI domain model as well as AI process model. Now let us assume that we are building a bot for an insurance company, and the bot is supposed to do customer service and customer acquisition. So unlike any other generic platform wherein you will have to start building the bot from the scratch, we don't do that. We run these AI models, AI domain model, AI process model, and as a result, the bot acquires all the information related to that domain, related to that process in terms of terminologies, in terms of business logic, workflow, everything gets acquired instantly. And thereafter, what we are left out with is to train the bot with the customer set of customer data and integrate with backend system. Now, what do you get out of this approach? We reduce the implementation timeline. And normally our experience says that any implementation would be somewhere around 6 to 8 weeks, not more than that. If it's a very large implementation, we break the entire implementation into phases, and every phase or every sprint can be around 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks of time. I hope I have answered your question.
So that is some kind of a service you guys will offer.
Sorry, I did not get that.
I mean, that initial configuration of the bot will be another service which you guys will offer on top of the platform.
Absolutely, we will build the bot for our customer.
Is there a sales service way to build the bot as well? I mean, if I want to build my own bot, is it possible?
We can look into that as well. We have our own platform. As I mentioned earlier, we do not use any third-party bot frameworks. If someone is interested in building the bot, we will have to train them on our platform. It's a very easy, very powerful zero code platform, but an initial training would be required to glide through how the bot building process goes into the platform. And obviously after that, any organization, if they want to do it internally, they can do it.
Okay, thanks. I'm assuming that the platform will have a kind of a dashboard, right? What is the bot's usage, things like that.
Yes, so that's again a good question. Definitely, the platform has a dashboard, and the dashboard, there is a dashboard for training the bot. So once we build the bot, once we deploy the bot, there would be a dashboard which will give you a complete analytics in terms of the usage, how many conversations took place, how many were answered, how many got transferred to an agent, from which location, which device, what time of the day. All these kind of usage related information would be provided to you. The second kind of information which you will get on the dashboard will be more to do with sentiment analysis as to what people are talking about on the platform. Is there something they're liking, they're disliking, some process that people are facing problem repeatedly. So all these kind of queries, requests would be highlighted in the sentiment analysis. In terms of analytics, the second dashboard that that is available on the platform is the training dashboard. Now that is basically to train and retrain the bot once the bot is deployed. Once the bot starts functioning, if there are any questions that the bot has not understood, or if there is any additional question that the bot needs to be trained upon, we can use that dashboard for doing that. And I mean, this particular seminar was not related to the platform, but if someone is interested to know in details about the platform capability, please reach out to us. We can take that on a one-to-one basis as well. We can demonstrate the capabilities of the platform as well.
Yeah, right, Abhijit. Or you can just share your good name, sir. We will come back to you with the complete details.
Yeah, hi Sandeep this side.
Yes, Sandeep. Sure.
Yeah, Sandeep here calling from Life Care, and we are the healthcare industry, and we will the product you have demonstrated. No, it's very I think very good for us also. But this I have seen here in finance module only you have implemented or kind of process you have shown. I was like 10 minutes late, but I have seen in the finance module, like for the credit cards, you have shown it. So as far as my industry is concerned, what kind of support you can give it to us?
So Sandeep, in healthcare, we are doing a lot of things, right from if it is completely hospitals, in for them we can provide appointment booking through bank bots. We can provide report generation. So if someone has submitted some kind of tests, they can look through the test reports on the platform. Even the doctors, if they want to view the reports, they can use the same platform, the same chatbots to do that. Uh, Even for some generic queries wherein the doctors have probably given some prescriptions on medicines, and it's not available, the same platform can be used to see what are the alternatives to this. In terms of medical research, we are basically helping various organizations wherein if there is I mean, as a doctor or as a research analyst, if you want to access some kind of information and you have a huge set of data, and you need to basically go through each and every document available in the database to find your information. We are helping there with our knowledge bot, wherein you can ask the question to the bot, and the bot pulls out all the information related to your knowledge, gives you answer to the information. If you want further details on that, there would be links. You can click the link. The bot will open up documents for you. It will scroll you to the section where these informations are available. So just by normal natural language queries, you get all these information rather than doing generic search and then scrolling through tons and tons of information to find out where your relevant information lies. So these are various ways in which we are today helping healthcare industry.
Excellent, excellent. I think like now at this pandemic time, we have a lot of queries regarding the COVID test. So which is coming to through the Google search engine also, and as well as from the website also. So in terms of Google, like we have a messaging tool in itself in the Google also. So can we integrate from that kind of thing?
So I will tell you what we have already done in this segment, Sandeep. For Prudential is our global partner. So wherever they need chatbot globally, we provide them a chatbot. And in several locations, right from Asia to LATAM to Europe, we have provided them COVID informational bots, wherein you can ask various COVID-related questions to the bot. You can ask various queries related to your health. If you are feeling sick, the bot will basically try to analyze whether you were in touch with somebody who is COVID infected, and what is your probability for getting infected. So we have already done that for Prudential.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, a small question again. In terms of the packages, what we are selling out or the offering, that would be we can integrate with the chatbot, no? If some patient will be asking from the other side.
Yes.
What kind of packages? I did not get that actually.
Health check packages. That is what.
What are
Yes.
the rates or charges or the item charges, item rates?
Absolutely, yes, Sandeep. Anyone who wants to check for any service package, we can integrate it with your backend system. So different packages available based on their requirements, help them basically opt for the packages as well.
Okay, 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 okay. That's it. Thank you so much.
So, Sandeep, in case you want further details into all these requirements specific to you, I mean, you can reach out to us and probably we can have a one-on-one call and discuss your use cases as well.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions? I think we are right on top of the time.
Speak to us. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. Abhijit, I think we can conclude the session.
Thank you, everyone.
So
Thank you for your time.